So I'm going to start off with what's happening or what has happened at the government level in Australia. And we've got the seesaw there because some not so good things have happened, but then something good has happened as well. So in the last few years, the government has closed what was previously called the Office of Learning and Teaching. That was very useful for engineering academics who were looking for a source of funding for projects in engineering education. And a lot of us in the community were funded for good work, work that happened across universities. So they encouraged collaboration between universities in a particular discipline. Unfortunately, that's closed now, but what we have had established recently is a specific field of research code for engineering education. So in Australia, we all try to link or categorise our research under specific research codes, and previously there was nothing specifically that recognised engineering education. So we would categorise our publications either with education faculty or with just general engineering. And in that way, they became, in a way, invisible, and it made it easy for people in our engineering faculties to say, oh, it's not real engineering research. But now we have a research code that is under the umbrella of engineering. So that's a real contribution towards the credibility of engineering education research as a research field. You can see there it also specifically lists humanitarian engineering, which is another emerging research field in Australia. So this is about credibility and legitimacy at the government level for the type of research that we want to do. So that's very important to us as academics within a university. The association also supports the Australasian Journal of Engineering Education, and previously that was only available through our professional association, Engineers Australia. We've now moved that to a publisher, Taylor and Francis, and the visibility of that journal is a lot better now, which is shown by the citations. Of course, no matter how good your research is, if people can't actually find your research publication, then it's probably not very useful. And so putting our journal on a platform like Taylor and Francis is certainly means that a lot more people are able to access the publications that we put out. So that's another positive thing that's happening. And I'd like to talk about some of the activities under the umbrella of the association. We have an early career academy. So this is where universities nominate particular academics that they think will be the future leaders in engineering education. They form a peer network, so they do activities together, but they also have access to mentors from the association, senior academics that can give them particular career advice so that they stay within the university and stay focused on engineering education. Every year we run a winter school, which is for novice researchers. It's a 1-week intensive residential, which we did transfer online this year. And instead of being a 1-week residential, we had it every second day and spread over 2 weeks. But we still had that experience of a group of people who were willing to learn and motivated to learn about engineering education and research and how they can do it better. So the winter school, we hope will continue as an annual event in the future as well. This year, we also brought in education project grants. So again, groups of researchers could apply to the association for grants to give them some funding to start some work on a project, which is very important to have allocated time and resources to work on their research. Aligned with our conference each year, we have a HDR symposium and a supervisors network. So the HDR symposium is again about bringing the novice researchers together. But we've also found the supervisors network as also useful because we want to increase the number of academics who are able to supervise PhD projects in this area. And that's another way to grow our whole research field. And so as engineering academics, and certainly within A²E², we are taking our cues from those reports, from that project 2030.